Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome to another week, another season, another episode of the Medicine Ball Podcast. You could have chosen to spend those timoleons anywhere and you spent them right here with me. Thank you. Now let that beat drop. Yes, welcome to Medicine Ball with your boy S3 to be exact. And if you're in shape, at least your brain should be. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Medicine Ball Podcast, where we focus on giving your brain a six-pack by exercising your mind. Now, exercising your mind means that you actively think about and deal with all situations by first seeking to do anything other than what you are normally programmed and are comfortable in doing. Now, if you're someone who struggles and wants to get better at thinking about things beforehand, as opposed to reacting in ways that require less effort, just like anything you want to get better at, it requires training, practice, and work. Now, I'm well aware that thinking about things beforehand, as opposed to responding off instinct, does require effort. And who doesn't prefer things that are easy? Well, the first step, my friends, can be very easy, and that's to begin to look at all things from an unbiased point of view, which in itself will increase your curiosity in life. Now, exercising your mind won't give you all the answers. You will, however, begin to look at things from a perspective of more peace, understanding, and patience, while simultaneously equipping yourself with more tools and effective strategies to help you effectively deal with this thing called life. Now, before we go any further, I'm no doctor, I'm no psychologist, I'm no psychiatrist. I have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder level 1 for 16 years, and I got to a point in my life where I was looking at the person I was becoming versus the person I wanted to be. And that required me to look at my mental health responsibly, among other things. So whether or not you're diagnosed or know someone who's diagnosed or just want to know more about mental health, or one of the many people who I'm sure can use just some tips, tricks, and hacks to help you get through life, this is your home. No judgment zone. ELE. Everybody love everybody. Pull up a seat. Kick up your feet. Welcome to the Medicine Ball Podcast. Let's go. This week's episode, a new season, season 3, episode 1, 21 Jump Street. Let's get it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I always hear the Eminem song in my head. Welcome back. Back again. We are back. Anyway, let's get right into it. Y'all, it's been a minute. I already know. Now, I dropped some new content for y'all around New Year's, but man, let's just get into it and talk about it, about what I've been doing, where I've been, what I've learned, and what's going on in the world of Medicine Ball, all right? So, for all of my new people, at the beginning of the show, I say thank you for spending your timoleons with me, so I always feel I got to clear that up. Timoleons, I used to play The Sims. They had something called a simoleon. Timoleon to me is currency for time. So when I say you could have spent those timoleons anywhere, you could have spent your time anywhere you spent them here with me. I want to clear that up first. All right, you guys. The website is up and running. MedicineBallLS3.com. MedicineBallLS3.com. Man, it may not look like much, but if you've been following me, y'all already know what I've been going through with that website. And I got to a point where I was like, with the platform I'm working with right now to give the product that you guys see on the website, I'm going to have to accept it and just continue to grow. I'm going to have to, spend some more real money, some molions. I'm going to have to spend some more bread as I continue to go branch out on a team, get a bigger server, et cetera, et cetera. So go check that out. Also, check me out on all my social medias. I have a goal of about 3 to 4 months to be at 5,000 followers. I'm at about 3,000. So go check that, like it, go share. And that's Medicine Ball LS and the number 3. That's on Instagram, Medicine Ball LS3. You can also search that on Facebook and find the group. Join the group, find the page, like the page, and there's so much more available to you guys that I'm bringing. Even on the website, I'm posting LS3 smoothies now, and for those of you who are new, Mamba has become a big part of the show and my life in general. Plenty of him there, as well as the YouTube channel, Medicine Ball LS3. I have the intro video up there. I want to build some subscribers up so I can start dropping these videos. I got great content. I'm confident it will do numbers. Please, if you support me, go ahead and go to YouTube and subscribe. I promise I'm going to be uploading. Pass it around. Like, subscribe, and share. The show is now available darn near everywhere, man. I get emails daily of the podcast being accepted to different platforms. So wherever you are, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Apple Music, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Verbal, Pocket Cast, Podbean, It's so many. I'm available everywhere, and that's thanks to you guys. You could go listen to me everywhere, and even if you're not going through anything or you might not be into the content, maybe you just like the beats that I produce and want to hear what new beats I'm going to drop. Somebody could use it. Like, subscribe, share the link. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. So, that's what I want to tell you guys about that. I wrote that down. Now, going into this year, I was gonna release this podcast. My original goal, and life never happens how we plan it out, right? It's guaranteed that our plan, we plan, God laughs. I saw somebody put that somewhere. We plan, but God laughs. But I had a true goal to launch it in February, and at least hit the last week to do something in conjunction with Black History. But God plans, and it didn't happen. And here we are in March, and y'all are getting the episode. Now, the episode was supposed to release last week, and let me apologize to you guys, but I'm going to be completely transparent. God has been blessing me in multiple aspects of my life. I've been very busy, family, everything, et cetera, et cetera. Long story short, I got on to record the podcast, and it's on me. I should have been practicing and everything, but after and we're going to talk about where I've been. After I got through with everything, I got on to record the podcast, and dealing with these music programs and even this recording software, and as I market and deal with websites and things like that, I thank God for that because it makes me more knowledgeable about what's going on with computers. But long story short, a program that I've been using to record all my stuff, I go in there and press record, and it's telling me something about the sample rate. So I'm not going to get too deep into that, but long story short, Windows had an update, an automatic update that rolled back some sound drivers automatically for the audio interface that I use, which is an M Audio Air. And I had to go into some forums. Anybody who knows me know I'm a research guy. I'm not going to get defeated. So at that time of night, and with other things that I had going on with my job, because, and God knows, he knows. But long story short, I was able to be like, listen, I'm not going to get this out this week. And even if I do, it's going to be a rush product. I'm not in the right mind frame. And some things happened at my job, which I'm not going to talk about here on this week, maybe next week, because people from my job listen to the show, and I don't want to spoil anything. All right, but it was for a good reason. So I'm here and I'm back. And on top of that, again, if you're following me, prior to last week, that weekend of that week, so that would have been last week, I had the funeral of a younger cousin of mine. Rest in peace, Kia. I don't want to throw her last name out there in respect to my family. And this is a person who's younger than me. I literally used to babysit and grew up with, who I love dearly and would hit me for stuff on the side all the time. And I would do anything for her. And it was just really shocking to me because I don't spend enough time with somebody who I feel like I would do anything for. So I fought through that to be strong for my family, my younger cousins who are now adults now. And even my older cousins are like, yo, it's going to be on you to keep everybody together. So I stayed strong with that, but I didn't properly grieve that either. So rest in peace to Kia. And here I am this week with the show. Let's get into the 21 Jump Street. All right, so my religious following and my beliefs, again, follow me, check out how I've been doing with that. But long story short, in my journey to get closer and build a stronger relationship with God, I've been attending church religiously. That's funny, no bars. But I realized just like how far behind I am when it comes to the more detailed things. For instance, the fasting, when the dates are, what type of fast is which, what you can eat, what is the real point of a fast. So I'm at church, and mind you, I'm a bachelor. I do well with my money and my budget. I had just bought all my groceries. Now, I don't eat anything too crazy because I'm plant-based, but it wasn't fast ready. So I had just spent $100-something on groceries. Maybe the day before I picked them up on Sunday, I'm attending my virtual church, and Pastor Lee Jenkins, Eagles Nest Church is my church. He goes, okay, so we're about to get ready to start Daniel's fast. And I was like, okay, I'm with it. I'm a fast. And he goes, it's a 21-day fast. And I was like, oh, man, 21 days, man. I've done this before when I was younger. It's like 1 or 2 days. And the end date of the fast was on the 24th. Y'all know me, Kobe. So once I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm definitely with it. All right, so reminder, this is my pastor. We're only gonna eat, rice, unleavened bread, and those type of meals, no sweets, no meat, just this long list of stuff. So I go, OMG. All right, cool. I'm gonna do this fast. I'm trying to commit to God. And that's when I realized, man, I wasn't prepared, because if I had been prepared, I would have shot properly and knew that fast was coming up. I've been going to the church for like well over 6 months, like every single Sunday. I never miss. So it's like it's not like they gave a heads up or they were talking about it. I guess the members who were there longer, the people deeper in their walk, already knew it was coming up. So I'm like, man, I don't have nothing, and I just spent all this money on this food that I can't even eat, right? So I go to do my research. First, I start off with, what is the point of a fast? Now, mind you, this is going on in January. So this is the time I'm thinking I'm just gonna chill and get medicine ball together, et cetera, and boom. Nah, no, you're not. 21 days. So upon my research, I gathered that, long story short, you sacrifice things that you deem important or give a lot of time and attention to, good or bad, and in place of that, you spend that time praying and building your relationship with God. So by the time I looked at everything, I was like, all right, cool. I got a salad. Sometimes I put, turkey in my salad, or pieces of chicken in my salad. I was like, that's not going to be too hard. I just take that out, change up my dressing, and I'm already doing the smoothies. That's not going to be too hard. And I happen to have a couple of bags of rice that I don't even know what made me buy them, but it was some yellow rice. And keep a hint on that. Notice I said I had a couple of bags of yellow rice, right? So I do my research. I go to start the fast. There's a lot of things that I give a lot of time to. So the first thing I had to do is like really take some stuff away. The podcast had to be one of them. Now, I didn't always just leave the podcast, but just as far as posting 2 or 3 times a day and working on the website and all of that, I left all of that alone. I like to play NBA 2K. It's a video game. I got friends on there. I got little homies on there who, I play the game with, but I also give them advice on life and things that they ask me as youths. You know what I mean? I had to cut back on that. I like to watch basketball. I had to cut back on that. I just a lot of stuff like I really wanted to cut back on, like Facebook and all of that. I wasn't on there for anything but to post the word that I gathered from my devotional. You know what I mean? I upped my devotional, so I went to like 6 or 7 devotionals. And also what I started to do, because on top of all this, I still have a dog that I adopted not too long ago who's darn near a horse. But I started incorporating more exercise. So I was already walking with Mamba, but I increased the distances and it turned into running, going to Stone Mountain like a lot, push-ups, just exercise on top of the religious aspect, because, ultimately, got to get your body right as well. You got to take care of your body. So I just want to point out a couple of little things here. Now, just through me just being online and the kind of things that I watch and whatnot, et cetera, I already knew that there was this whole thing about why you go through your fast, you get agitated, right? You get agitated, you get cranky. Like, I've seen videos making fun of this. I've seen videos talking about this. I've looked up scientific reasons for this. So I'm already going into it like, I guess some agitation is going to be there, but I'm not willing to accept it. I was like, man, that's what I'm going to lean on God. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what I'm going to lean on him for, because I know I'm going to be agitated. I'm not talking I'm talking extreme agitation when you start going through this, okay? On top of that, I told you guys I had just bought all these groceries. Now, I got my vices when it comes to eating, so let me explain my plant-based, right? Plant-based does not mean vegetarian. That means that you get a majority of your income of nutrients, calories, and all of that from plants, right? On top of that, I just happen to set a very, very strict dairy intake and some other things that I set on top of that. All right. So I still incorporate meat, but maybe like once a week, or it might be once every 2 weeks. I still eat Doritos. I just don't eat as much as, the average person does. You know what I mean? So when I bought my groceries, I had my little things in there that I like, that I know is a no-no. I had a bag of Doritos I had ordered with my groceries. You know what I mean? I had golden Oreos, man. I'm a sucker for that, man. I had just good stuff, man. I got a specific type of Pop-Tart that I keep. And these are not things that I buy an abundance of. It's just like something I might eat once every 2 or 3 days, that little crazy stuff. But I got a real big sweet tooth when it comes to candy. Real big. Anybody who knows me will tell you, real big. And I have a Mike and Ike problem. So I ordered me some Mike and Ike. So all this stuff is sitting around me and is available there for the taking. On top of that, me and my father is in this house. He's an older guy, retired. I handle my responsibilities, et cetera, et cetera. But it's just like a lot of my jerkish ways and a-hole-ish ways, I definitely get straight from him because it's like he a natural at it. So for instance, I might buy a pizza. I try to celebrate and eat a pizza on Fridays. You know what I mean? Man, I'm hungry. Pizza in here. Oh, you on your fast. You mind if I eat this pizza? All right, cool. I'm just going to decide to cook it right now and set it out here. And then he only going to eat 1 or 2 slices. That kind of stuff. So I don't know if he was doing it on purpose, but it was just like, bro, right? So agitation that I'm dealing with Mamba. I spoil my dog. He's been through a lot. This dude eating more and better than me during this time. The best of treats, greenies, you know what I mean? Oinkies, milk bones, blue dog food, the best of the best. Just eating all day and sleeping. And so I'm even agitated at him. So it's all of this plus the agitation of all of that plus life. So all of this is on top of life and still, you know, and my life isn't different, but it's just like extreme agitation. So I was like, man. I remember one night early on in that joint, man, it was probably like a weekend, and I'm a street guy. I talked about this earlier. And I don't know, man. I was in bed one night. The Mike and Ike was still sitting because I bought them in bulk, man. I bought the big boxes by like the 10. Real Mike and Ike problem. I'm being transparent. Man, I felt like them joints started dancing. Eat us. Eat us. We are so chewy. Eat us. This is about 2:30 in the morning. Not a hamburger, not no French fries. Not nothing big. Mike and Ike almost took me out of the fast multiple times early, man. So I told you guys earlier that I had bought some yellow rice. Now, because I continue to research, I don't just stop. Long story short, I saw somewhere that I'm not only supposed to be eating white rice. So at this time, I'm like 2 weeks in, and I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I'm disheartened because I've been so-called doing this fast, and I'm not even eating the right stuff. Lordy, I done ruined it. What am I going to do? I might as well just eat some pizza now. I prayed. I listened. I got in the word, and I realized that, and this is how I personally felt. I can't speak on nothing else. God knew what I was trying to do. And even though I didn't get the schematics right, the will, the effort, and the attempt was there. Because I said a prayer about it, and the peace and the calmness came over me. I'm telling y'all, like, to where I heard him say, like, yo, it's all good. You trying. You trying. So now we 2 weeks in, and all the little stuff that I could have skimped off of and ate out of the stuff I bought is for real going. Like, it's about to turn into a non-eating fast because we could still eat, right? Just couldn't eat certain. It's about to turn into that because I'm out of stuff. I had only bought, like, to my knowledge, 4 or 5 bags of the wrong rice anyway. And, you know, I was eating it almost every day. I might have had 6 bags, but, you know, just going into the second week. So every day or every other day, I was eating the rice and the salad and the smoothie. That's all I was eating. And I was like, man, I'm about to run out of rice. And as I went in there and was really already disheartened, y'all, I kid y'all not, man. Like, and I know it sounds crazy, but just like there were like 3 or 4 more extra bags of rice. Like after I had went through, I was like, I definitely didn't buy no 10 bags of rice. I know my dad ain't buy them joints. This man eating my food. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's helping me to push through with that. You guys, 21 days on the 24th, I made it through the fast, and just going through when I was getting to the point where I didn't have anything else, and I could have bought more food, but I was really trying to do it. It made me become more thankful for the things that I do have. It made me realize how much I complained and got agitated at just small stuff that didn't even matter. And I was still praying to God. But it don't work like that. I'll pray or I'm not agitated. No, you got to work through that. I realized how truly blessed I am. And it didn't make me a perfect person, but it opened my eyes up to more empathy, love, and understanding for those who may not have and what they may be going through. It brought me closer to God. I lost about 15 pounds during that fast, and now I'm becoming back in some of the best shape of my life. It helped me to exercise, get in shape, focus, understand what he wants me to do just a little bit more, and be prepared and patient and fall into his grace and his love. So, and anything you hear that sounds like snoring, Mamba snoring, just chilling here. So, pardon us for that. But so let's jump to the title, 21 Jump Street, season 3, episode 1, 21 Jump Street. Now, y'all all know I always try to make my titles relevant to the topic or whatever I have going on and make it real interesting. So, I started out with the idea of this being 2021 and the fast lasted me 21 days. And I got to thinking and I thought about a movie, 21 Jump Street. Now, I don't know if there's other iterations of the movie, but the one I'm talking about came out a couple of years ago. But long story short, it was two guys who were police officers and they got recruited to be on this special force 21 Jump Street type team. And with that, they ended up, their first assignment was going undercover as high schoolers to bust a drug ring. So these two grown men go back to high school. And I'm not going to go too far into it, but long story short, they end up having to face a lot of things that they thought that they had, gotten past or gotten over and never imagined they would have to deal with it again, especially with that high school phase. And the movie continues into that. So I got to thinking about my life and how during this fast, I had to face some things that I thought I had gotten better at and that I had moved past and, would never have to face again. Not never, but you get the idea. And I did. One of them being agitation. I pride myself on being a patient, unagitated guy who lets things go. And I had to face the fact that, truth be told, I'm a very irritable guy who just has been able to deal with it. And so the fast allowed me within that agitation to see how irritable I could really be. And also how much I complain. And those two things were just in my face. And it gave me an opportunity to face some things that I thought I was done with. Even, dealing with women, especially during this fast. You know what I mean? It brought back up, in me studying devotionals and just being, more aware, and especially during the fasting period, just some things that I need to look at when it comes to the dating situation. My health. I thought, hey, I went plant-based. I'm in pretty good shape. I don't have to worry anymore. But once I started working out, it allowed me to see, man, you're not as in good a shape as you might want to be or think you are. And also, the 21 Jump Street had to do with a commitment, a for real commitment. And I think a lot of times we get to this area in our life where it's either a commit fully or, kind of stand there at the ledge. Just in the fast, man, once I realized I was eating some things that weren't in the directions of the fast, I could have quit right there. I could have said, oh man, I messed it up and blew it. But with my walk with religion, I had in my mind that I'm going to commit all the way to God, especially in that situation. I realized a lot of the things that I thought were distractions and things that bothered me each and every day were major things. But in reality, as I fasted, I realized it was the minor things that I constantly overlooked that could be the biggest distraction. The Mike and Ike, my relationship with my father, me being less an irritable person. So that fast opened me up to a lot of things and a lot of different perspectives that I wasn't previously aware of. Like even my blessing for food changed, and even my feelings about eating something that we just go eat every day. I just eat every day. Like there's people who go without. I be complaining about little things, and there's really serious things and situations going on. I need to be more thankful. So I want to wrap this up talking about 3 things that I want y'all to keep in mind. So number 1 is life believes in retesting. And to keep it real with y'all, God believes in retesting. Every so often, we will come across situations that seem similar to us or something that we may have gone through before. And what it is, I believe, is a test, a chance, an opportunity to do something different from what you did the previous time. This fast, in a lot of ways for me, with my anxiety, with my irritability, patience, was a test. So I learned that God believes in retesting. Life will retest you and give you another opportunity to do something different or to take another lesson from something you may have missed before. Number two, the second thing that I learned through this fasting process and this time away was to check your greed. Be aware of your greed. Now, I know since we're talking about a fast, it's easy to think that we're talking about greed as in your food, but just in life. Are you a person who always wants more? Do you want more money? Did you get a promotion? You want a better promotion? Do you have an opportunity? You want another opportunity? I'll take you one better. Have you already accomplished some things on your to-do list, or are you ahead of your work, but you want to keep going? Be aware of your greed. Be aware of you wanting more than necessary and seeking that instead of seeking God. And number three, make that jump. Strike while the iron is hot. Commit when you see these opportunities come for you to do something different. Go ahead and do it. If you've been doing something a certain way or not been doing something, in my situation, not trying to get closer to God and especially not trying to do a 21-day fast, walk it like you talk it, man. You will get these opportunities to show and prove what you speak on. Take that jump, whether it be a new business, whether it be a commitment to being a nicer, calmer person, or whether you think you're somebody, because I hear this a lot, who's just done so much that, God couldn't forgive you or see you. Nah, now is your time just to commit and try. Do something different. Take that jump. Strike while the iron's hot, because as I said in number one, life and really God believes in retesting you. So make sure you're prepared when that test comes, because from my experience, if you're able to pass that test, it takes you to another level in your life, your successes, your spiritual growth and relationship with God, and much, much more. So remember those three things, and this is just a little something from you to take from my 21-day fast and just in life. Number one, God, life, believes in retesting. Number two, check your greed. Make sure you're not always looking for more constantly. That could tell about other things in your heart or your true nature. And number three, strike where the iron's hot. Commit. Go ahead and make that jump. Don't stand on the edge. When you stand on the edge, a lot of times the time that you spend debating what you're going to do is often detrimental to you or your overall plan or the overall, end goal that you have. Do something. And I urge people every time I speak to them, man, like, you don't have to trust what I'm saying. I try not to tell people to go right or left. If I give them a definite, it's often because it's the only thing that's offered that's different from what you're currently doing or what you've already tried. Do something different and go ahead and commit to it. Those type of risk, smart risk like that are backed with spiritual wisdom, those type of risks are necessary and they will continue to come, all right? So, I know it's the first episode, man. I was doing really good on keeping things like 15 to 20 minutes, but I feel like this is the first episode and I needed to spend this extra time just chopping it up with y'all and telling y'all what happened with the fast and where I went. There's even more to the story, and maybe we'll get into that another time, because even after the fast, I ended up having to take a 2-week vacation from work just to kind of rejuvenate and get right back right after the fast. But before I get out of here, I do want to let you guys know this time next week on the next episode, and also it will be on the website, medicineballls and the number 3 at .com, medicineballls3.com. I will have official Medicine Ball merchandise. So I'll have hoodies, I'll have shirts, I'll have pants as well in various assortments and sizes. Make sure you should support me. Go follow me on all my social medias. It's been too long, man, and I miss y'all. And as I always say, man, if you right at the edge, the end of your rope, you think you've exercised every option that you have and you've looked for every way out and there's nothing you can do, or you just don't think it's worth it, and you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you. Man, take that extra step. Go ahead and jump. On the other side of that is a breakthrough, and I believe in you, all right? Yo, we back, y'all. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking with me until next week. It's Medicine Ball with your boy LS3. I love y'all. Stay up. Yeah, yeah.